Maybe you can splice it in.
Fuck it, yeah, I'll splice it in. Well, shit, we didn't already stop now, so fuck. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the PSH podcast where casual gamers come to talk about not so casual topics. This is the third time actually, I'm doing this intro right now. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous. You can call me Jolly D or just plain old Jolly. We got Denonu.
Gonna do it live. Fuck it.
You know, fuck it. Ryzoe. Roof. And Lauri, the artist.
Hello.
Lead female correspondence.
Has anybody else found it strange that it's like it's three black guys and our one edition is a white chick?
What's wrong with that?
You needed to mix it up a little bit.
It's the stereotype.
Diversity.
Like she
It's
is
only weird on her screen because she's on the bottom.
not on mine. She's on top. Anyway,
I don't see myself on my screen, so I don't even care.
there you go. See, as long as she don't see you, she don't care.
Nope.
So
You're not really there.
wow. Well, anyway, we needed a female's point of view for some of these topics. First topic that we have is the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book. They're killing off one of the turtles. Well, he dead now, so R.I.P. Donatello, the nerdiest motherfucker in the group. Kind of, whatever.
So they're gonna have no more equipment, no turtle vans, that little airplane thing, none of that.
I think it's gonna be like Tupac. I think he got like a whole bunch of other shit that he didn't already made that they just never used.
See, I thought I'm really like tripped out that it's Donatello. I thought it was gonna be Michelangelo.
Why? He's like the baddest motherfucker in the group.
Well, he's
like
the
the glue
goofiest.
that-
Isn't
Yeah,
he?
okay. When it comes to killing off a turtle, you knew it was gonna be either Michelangelo or Donatello because there's so much contrast with Leonardo and Raphael, right? So it had to be the two who don't really contrast as like a conflict as much as it's like one of the two that just provides the comedy. Like you were gonna be pissed off more so if it was Donatello or Michelangelo that died rather than Leonardo or Raphael.
Well,
I guarantee that.
I would have been mad if it was Raphael or Leonardo. Well, even Michelangelo. Me, Donatello is the odd man out. Like, yeah, he's nerdy, he's geeky, he has like the tech and shit, but you don't fucking need him. Like, if Billy in the original Power Rangers was killed off, nobody would have said, like, fuck it. So what? We whoop ass anyway. We don't need gadgets. We just
I wouldn't be surprised if Leonardo was the one dead because he's the one that it's like the leader. Like he pretty much throws himself out there. And at the same time, you wouldn't be surprised as Raphael it was the one that killed off because Raphael always does his own fucking thing anyway. So it had to be either Michelangelo or Donatello. But I thought it was gonna be Michelangelo, personally.
It would have made more sense to me if it was Splinter that died and not any of the original Turtles, because like they're always a group, you know what I mean? Like when you think of Ninja Turtles, you think of the 4 members of the Turtle Clan. You don't really think about Splinter.
Yeah, but
so
they
much.
always have Splinter getting killed or close to dying. I mean, they had it in like 3 movies so far.
Yeah, we'll
so
finally kill his ass.
I would assume it was either going to be Michelangelo because he's like the glue that holds them together.
Yeah.
With the comedy. Either it was going to be him or Leonardo, only because he's the leader. He would be the one to take one for the team if it ever came to it.
Yeah.
Donatello was kind of like, maybe that's why they chose him, because everybody would assume it would be one of the other 3. And now, without him, like I said before, who's going to make all of their machines? Who's going to make all of their badass gear? Now they got to do the same thing that they've been doing without the tech behind it. So... it'll make for interesting stories.
Yeah, that would just make them stronger to me, because like, what the fuck you doing relying on gadgets for? You ninjas. Ninjas don't use gadgets.
Yeah, but they were fighting
they
the
do.
Technodrome and otherworldly dimensional tech, so...
Ninjas don't use gadgets. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, they do. I mean, what the fuck do you think a Ninja Star is? That's a fucking
That's
gadget.
not a gadget. That's not...
It's not exactly a gadget.
It's a tool for the trade.
Okay,
Which
see,
is the same thing a modern day Donatello gadget would.
this is what happens. See, like, you take a regular Ninja Star, which is a ninja tool, right? And Donatello turns it into a gadget by making a remote control Ninja Star. Well, now you're just being lazy.
Yeah, but it's a modern day tool.
Ah, get the fuck out of here. Whatever.
I mean, it's the same thing as Ninja Assassins. They didn't just use fucking stars. They were using all the fucking weird shit that ninjas use these days, I guess. Which is gadgets.
All right. If fucking bug.
Well, do you guys
Why
think
you-
that they would bring them back? Because, like, at least in my experience with like comics, whenever they kill someone off, they eventually bring them back.
Well, I think this story is kind of like
Yeah.
similar to this comic. So like if they
Yeah.
make another comic, they're probably gonna bring him back, or they could just they're probably gonna want to doing the Brian Griffin thing where they kill him off, see how the crowd reacts, and be like, oh shit, we found a time machine. Let's
Yeah.
bring it back.
Something weird like that.
You know they're probably gonna do something. I mean, because
Turns
if
out it
they-
wasn't really him.
they either go back in a future story and retcon it and bring him back, or something later on down the line allows them to resurrect him, or he was a clone or something. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's comic book, so.
This leads me to question what the fuck happened to the female Ninja Turtle?
She was never a
Never.
actual turtle. Like
That was
she
only
was
in
a
the-
turtle, but like she was never in like the original story.
Yeah, that was only in the TV show, wasn't it?
Yeah, the cartoon and that it happened
Power
once in
Ranger.
one cartoon and it happened
in
uh,
Ninja Turtles
in
3,
the
Yeah.
the fucking movie.
the horrible one.
That was her character was shitty. It's like they just had to add a female for no apparent reason.
Yeah,
She
they
was
were,
just as badass as Leonardo for no apparent reason. Like, where did she learn her shit from?
she just showed up out of the blue too. They didn't give no backstory. That's like, hey guys, Fifth Turtle, what's up?
Talking about, you know what? We need a color for her. Fuck it, just get blue.
Well, I
That's
think it was like she was with them, and she got separated from them, so she got raised by somebody else, some Asian chick in Chinatown or something like that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, it was completely dumb.
only kung fu masters own turtles. That
Apparently.
Okay. Final thoughts on this stupid ass fucking topic because nobody really cares. I didn't even know they had a fucking comic book. I thought this shit stopped a long time ago.
This is going to make me just read this particular comic book, like the story, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Like after this, I'm done.
Did you guys see how he died?
Yeah.
Nah, it
It
looked like
was,
he had a hole in his back though.
Oh my
It-
god! Look
it was
at
the,
look at
yeah.
the link. Look at the fuck.
I look at it like this: did Shredder
Shit.
kill him?
No.
What are the
Bebop.
two dudes? Yeah, it was
Bebop
Bebop.
and Rocksteady.
Yeah, they had a sledgehammer and hit the
Oh.
motherfucker in the shell while he was down, like
Oh.
broke the shell
Dang.
all the way
Damn.
through.
His shit
So-
open.
So they finally got his ass after years of not catching him in a cartoon.
Talking
Yep.
about turtle on the half shell. Just straight up
Turtle
made
soup.
turtle soup out that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they was holding him, like, no! The motherfucker was like bleeding out his back and shit.
Dang.
And then what's messed up, his homeboy was like, oh, I never expected it to look like that on the inside of the shell. I'm like, oh, come
Really?
on.
Damn,
That's an insult right there.
can't put no turtle wax on that.
That shit don't buff out. Turtle wax. All right.
What they did in the movie.
All right, so Microsoft to bring Xbox Live to PC for free.
Microsoft
A lot of
boys
people love.
rejoice. Yeah, Microsoft boys rejoice. This is the day you've been waiting on.
Wait, who?
Yeah, but it's not free for the console, so that's unfair.
Yeah, but a lot of people want to. I think aren't they doing the kind of cross-platform thing where you can challenge people on
They are.
console
They
from the
are.
PC?
Yeah, they doing that, but the problem is that it's free for PC and not free for console players.
Yeah.
So
Well,
console
that-
players already get a discounted video game because they don't have to pay $60 for a PC game that console players do, and then they don't have to pay a monthly or yearly subscription fee for Xbox Live to play online with other people. PC is like getting everything for like damn near free.
I think this is just going to be the big ploy of how they want to go about doing Xbox Live now. Because if more people jump to console, more people jump to PC from the console now because of Xbox Live, because it's free, then they're going to be like, all right, well, fuck it, Xbox Live is free. Because that way, like, if you're going to do one for free for one console and not the other, and the other one, the free one, gets more of a response, they might as well just cut that shit out. And I think they want to test the waters to see just how much money they can make off Xbox Live before they make it obsolete at this point.
I think it's the opposite. I don't think it's Microsoft trying to get people to jump ship over to PC. I think they're trying to get the PC crowd into their console games. And the problem is they're two different mediums. And when you do that, the PC people, they expect certain things. Like the reason why Microsoft makes you pay for Xbox Live is because it's kind of like they really want money out of people. And if you buy it on console, they're forced to do it. Whereas on PC, if they charge people for it, nobody would get the service, period. they just be like, okay, we're just gonna stick with the games we already got. You know, F Microsoft, F Xbox Live, we don't need it. But and for the most part, PC gamers, why would you play a downgraded version of a game on your TV in your living room versus the better version on your PC? So they have to do something to get those people interested in it. I just think it's fucked up from a company standpoint, because you're saying, oh yeah, we want to raise these customers up, but then saying fuck you to these customers, and you shouldn't do that as a company. That's stupid.
True. That does actually make more sense. That does sound like a sleazebag Microsoft move right there.
I kind of think that if people are gonna move from console to PC, that not only I don't think they're gonna say, okay, well, it's free for console. I think they're just gonna fucking make a price for PC, because I don't ever see them giving up money like that. I don't ever see them making something free when it doesn't have to be.
Well, they kind of own Minecraft now, so they're sitting on whatever the fuck they want to.
When people have money, they want more money, not find ways to give it away.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you always want more money, but you gotta find ways to make more money, and sometimes that means losing money for a little bit, and then once you kind of change some things around, then generating more money. This is why I said mine in the first place, but now it makes more sense in that aspect.
What you think about, Lauri?
I just think it's like a really weird situation. Like, it seems like really messy, because like a lot of people are just going to be like really mad about it for a while, and then like if Xbox Live becomes free for everybody, then like what is PlayStation going to do? You know, because then people are just going to want to go to Xbox Live, so then they're going to have to figure out how to be competitive in that sense too. And then I think it's just probably going to make them lose a lot of money, so I kind of think they're going to have to tread really carefully with this kind of thing.
Indeed.
Yeah, I can't see them making Xbox Live free. That's everybody who plays Xbox Live is paying a subscription right now. Yeah, so that's everybody for Xbox One, Xbox 360, you know, anything with Xbox Live on it. That's way too much money for them to just be like, oh, well, we just want to get PC, you know, people to play PC now. I don't think that's the case.
I mean, there's a lot of PC gamers out there already, and if they're playing for free online, why would they suddenly want to start paying? Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Total shithole that they just kind of dug themselves over.
Yeah, they should have just left it alone and just.
You know, they could have just said, hey, PC can now, you know, integrate with Xbox One, and you guys can play online together, and left it at that. Don't even say Xbox Live, and then just let it happen.
Or hell, how about this? Make another service. Call it something like PC Live or whatever. Have it be like the same shit behind the scenes, and have it integrate. You know, you could call it a feature. It integrates to Xbox Live.
That probably would have been a better idea.
Yeah, that's tight. Yeah,
you know, that's what they should have did, rather than just saying, you know, okay, it's free for you guys, but you guys still got to pay.
Yeah, it's because they said Xbox Live Gold for PC. Like, don't say that, you know. But you fucked up already, and you didn't already said it.
Yeah.
Because you already think, when you say Xbox Live Gold, you already think a subscription fee. You know, you don't think entertainment, fun for all, it's free. No, you think $60 a month or $30 a month or whatever.
All right, I got a question for y'all. How do you think they can come out of this, though? Now that they fucked up.
Saying, never mind. It's like, nah, never mind, forget it.
I don't think
we said anything.
I don't think they can, because the information is already out there. Unless they just be like, hey, we're not going to carry Xbox Live over to PC. We were just fucking joking. They're not getting out of this.
April Fools.
Wow, yeah. April Fools in the making. To be honest with you, I don't think they're not gonna. Okay, we gotta be realistic on this one, right? They can do whatever the fuck they want, really. People still gonna buy the games. People still gonna play that shit. Ain't nobody gonna be like, man, fuck my Xbox One. I'm taking that shit to GameStop to trade it in for less value, or sell it on Craigslist. You know, nobody's gonna fucking do that. All they gonna do, all Xbox people are gonna do, are piss and moan and bitch and shit, and keep going with the service. That's all they gonna do. You can complain all you want, but at the end of the day, are you gonna stop buying Xbox games? Are you gonna say fuck it and go buy a PC so you can play Xbox Live for free and all this other shit? Oh, you're not. Eventually, maybe, if you had money for it. But other than that, you just gotta be pissed off and then just keep on living. Do what you do.
The one thing I'm looking forward to on this bad boy is if finally finally like the PC console battlefield war can fucking end. Because every console player says people on PC suck, and every person on PC says Battlefield players on consoles suck, and now they can finally hash it out and go to war.
I think that's a battle they don't want.
Console people don't want that battle. PC players are insane.
I think it depends on the game, and again, mouse and keyboard so much better than with a controller. So
I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be pissed off because it's fucking aim bots and shit. There's always a way around something. Yeah. You got hacks and mods that you can do on PC that you can't do on console. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, can you imagine they doing that shit for GTA? Having God mode on PC players and just going around fucking shit up.
Oh, they pretty much already.
Oh, go ahead.
They pretty much already said like single player GTA 5 is going to have like no constriction when it comes to mods, but they are going to have like a controlled path with putting mods online. Like people have come up these days with a way to be like, oh, hey, you got mods, you can only play single player mode. That's the way Dying Light is. Like, I got mods on my Dying Light, and it tells me, hey, it seems like your shit's modded, you are prohibited from playing online. However, if you change the shit, we'll let you back online.
Yeah, plus, I mean, sometimes mods are a good thing. Like, I know they got a version of COD 4 out there where you can play games from the newer Call of Duty games on it. And modders have went up and fixed all the problems that the older game has, that the devs, that the developers wasn't able to do. So,
Sweet.
I mean, sometimes it can be a good thing. It's just, I mean, you're going to wade through the shit.
Mods are amazing. That's why Bethesda just lets people mod the fuck out of their games.
So speaking of a company that starts with B, Blizzard is making Overwatch, and I don't know. Like I'm kind of excited for Overwatch, kind of because I seen the artwork. The artwork is fucking like it looks like a Pixar movie.
I am wetting my pants for this game.
Okay,
like I cannot wait for this shit.
Now who else is wetting their pants but with anger? Anita Sarkeesian is pissed off because of the over sexualized females of Overwatch, and everybody here in this podcast has seen the group picture of Overwatch, right?
Yep.
Who in that group is over sexualized? Nobody in the entire fucking game. Because I have seen every character. I've gone online to look up all the research. Like every character is fully fucking clothed. The most sexualized one is this healing chick, and she's pretty much dressed like an angel, but still fully clothed. But she was saying that like, for some reason, she was going about that game like, oh, all the women in this game are just like stereotypical women, which is, kind of what they are. Like you have your badass chick who wears the armor, who fucking rocks house. You got your healer chick, you got your strategic chick, you got your sniper chick.
Yeah, they're like character archetypes.
Yeah, like your stereotypical character archetypes. They're not like really sexualized at all. All of them have clothes on. I think maybe the sniper chick might be kind of sexy, but that's the way she carries herself. Like that's her personality. It's not like she's outside of her personality. So Anita Sarkeesian was bitching about that. So Blizzard was like, hey, you want something? Here's something. So they made I forget her name, Zaraka or Zaraya, whatever. And it's just this buff ass bitch. This buffed ass, just defender ass bitch with the muscles that like looks like she about to hammer down anybody that stands in her way, and apparently that made her happy.
I don't see how though, because like
it's practically a man.
It's a dude, yeah. It's pretty much like you want women in the video game to be so not feminine, but you would rather them turn a female character into a man rather than have a feminine character in the game.
I don't think it's more so feminine what she probably wants. She probably wants how would I describe it? She probably wants the sexiness toned down. Because you can have a normal feminine character and have it, let's say, not be sexy. But the problem with that is you got people who make the game are just men and women. And what happens in real life? You have some women who, let's say, are normal. They look just fine. They aren't overly sexualized or feminine or whatever. But then you got that one chick over here who likes to dress slutty. Doesn't mean she's a slut, but she likes doing it. It's different personal archetypes. And you can't, as people, we can't make something and not put our own views on it. And we're going to put the same views that we have towards reality into our video games. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean, I don't see the
society is.
problems with none of the characters in it.
yeah.
So-
Like like you don't see like guys getting pissed off when you have that one buff ass suave motherfucker with like no shirt on who wrecks shop. It's like we don't compare ourselves to that guy. Like I'm not that guy. I'm more so the guy that's carrying around the cannon. That's the guy I relate to, not Rico Suave. So I'm not gonna get mad just because Rico Suave doesn't fit into my thing. And it's like girls do have. I mean, if I was a girl, I would be dressing sexy like all the fucking time. If I like, I would dress so fucking slutty if I was a chick. And there are chicks who do that, and she needs to just accept that. Like, there are gonna be characters who play to that type. They're characters who are created to that type, that sexuality, that seductress type of personality.
Ryzoe would be that easy chick at the party that you can talk to.
I'll probably be
Drinking whiskey.
Drinking
I would-
whiskey and being a lesbian.
Like it would make
That's
more
your-
sense to me if Overwatch was, let's say, like a Japanese game, and you know how they do their games, and she was going after it that way. Then I'd be like, okay, I can see where she's going because they do that to the 10th degree. But I'm sorry, I just didn't see nothing wrong with anything that this game had.
Hey, Java, did you see the link I sent you?
I just saw it. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Right?
I'll check it out. What?
Yeah, that'd be dope. So, wait. Here's the thing. When I see this, I know. Okay, I know she's not talking about the feminine part, but to be honest with you, femininity is sexy. You know, for most guys, a feminine chick is sexy. You know what I mean? So when you have a chick that's pretty much a guy that looks like a lesbian, that looks like she just like fucking walk around with a strap on and
Butch.
shit, ready to do
Butch.
whatever. Yeah, butch character. It's like you pretty much that could be if she didn't have like the overly muscular breasts, that could be a guy. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can you be okay with them turning a woman into a guy? You know,
Did they change the character, or was she like?
This is the character that they just created because she was bitching.
Okay,
about-
then what's the problem with that?
what,
I mean, then the guy players just won't play her.
that's not what I'm talking about. Like, it's just the whole fact that how can you? I'm talking about how can she be okay with a
Oh,
character?
them adding a character in there like that.
Yeah, a character that's, you know, first off, too like mannish. You know what I mean? So it's almost like adding another male character that's like right in the middle between being a woman and being a man. So like you're okay with that, but you're not okay with this like fully clothed chick over here that wrecks shop on other guys. It's not like any of them are damsel in distresses or like need help or anything like that. They all beat ass respectively, but you just complain over some clothes and shit.
I mean, looking at it now, I kind of think that she feels that when it comes to a female body in most video games, the outline of the body just seems to be like copied and pasted. Like there doesn't seem like there's a lot of change in figures when it comes to females, right? Like it's always the slender, sexy shape. Like because we're playing video games, these people are fighting. Of course, these women are in shape, and that's naturally what the female body looks like in shape. Except she wants the muscular one, I guess. She wants the woman who decided not to be
like,
sexy.
there's still different body types. Like, not everyone is like that hourglass shape, but I kind of think it's weird that they would just make like pretty much a male character, and it's kind of like the whole feminist thing is so that women be equal to men, but then the game kind of says, all right, well then for you to be equal, you have to pretty much be a man. So I kind of find it weird that she would just be okay with it.
Yeah,
Because I can't. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But kind of the way I think that if she had a problem with it, and if the company were going to kind of remedy the complaints, what they should have done was just add like more female characters with varying body types, something that's like a little bit more average, like smaller hips, smaller breasts, you know, that kind of thing. But they didn't. They pretty much just made a man. I just think it's weird that she's okay with that.
Yeah, looking at it from that point of view, it sounds like they did it to make fun of her, actually.
It almost seems like an
Almost, yeah.
insult,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like they called her out on her bullshit on that one.
I mean, like when I looked at the female characters, they all looked fine to me. I mean, The only thing that I can think of that she would really complain about is the hourglass figure type, and then all the clothing are just, I guess, skin tight. But other than that, they seem fine because they're all covered up.
You know, I always like the only people I hear complaining about this, like when women, some women, not all women, but when some women have complaints over, you know, the way certain females look, it's because they don't look like that.
Jealousy.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's
they're like,
probably
how
fair.
is that like the female form and shit like that? You know, and it's more so because well, you don't look like that, so you wouldn't know, right?
Which is behavior.
You know what I'm saying? So what if they put somebody in there like that was obese? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they don't even necessarily have to be obese,
well,
just different
but
shape.
like what I'm saying is like there's different shapes of females too. If there's a guy in there who's obese, you know, there's one of the
Yeah.
you know the short, tanky, like big guy. Now what if that was a chick? I promise you somebody would have a problem with that. Some female out there would be like, why does she have to be obese? Why does she have to be fat? How come she can't look like this? You know, like somebody's gonna have a problem with that.
Women are harder to please.
Really, that pretty much like explains this entire topic, and we're done.
Yeah,
like
right.
that shut it down.
All right, yeah, let's move the fuck on.
That's it, shut it down.
Let's move on. Just anything to be relevant. But anyway, moving on to the comic book, the Batgirl cover art for her new comic has been pulled, and I'll just go ahead and leave a picture up for everyone to see. It is the cover of the new Batgirl, new 52 story arc that they're doing. The artist for it actually drew the Joker and Batgirl in this situation that refers to the Killing Joke in her previous story arc, where she was turned into Oracle by getting shot by the Joker, paralyzing her, and he stripped her naked, took pictures, and sent those pictures to, was it James Gordon?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Commissioner Gordon, just to piss him off, and that was supposedly to show, you know, how crazy Joker's character was. So what the artist did was to actually draw something like that as to an homage to that storyline. The cover got pulled before it was printed because Twitter, Tumblr, all these other sites just blew up overnight, just butthurt about the cover art and asking that it be pulled. And what happened was the artist himself, when he drew this, he wanted to just kind of like reference that as an homage to it, like out of respect. But at the same time, he did not want to give a certain idea behind it. He didn't want it to make it look a certain way, because the story has nothing to do with the Killing Joke. It has nothing to do with that background of her. A lot of people thought that it was really like sexual abuse type of what Joker was doing to Batgirl. And when he saw that, he didn't want to give that kind of idea, because the new story is supposed to be lighthearted and away from that whole thing. She's no longer the Oracle. She's no longer paralyzed. That stuff didn't happen, so they're trying to move away from that. So at his request, he requested that the cover be pulled. A few of the other key members of the comic book also requested that it be pulled, so DC pulled it. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's stupid.
Why?
I think it was absolutely stupid, because the cover doesn't take the Joker out of what the Joker is. Like, this is, it most so started with just people complaining about it, and it was more, I don't know, like, people just got easily offended by it for no reason, because it's the Joker with his arm around Batgirl with the gun. Batgirl's crying with the Joker makeup on, because Joker's fucking crazy. If Joker had you hostage, you'd be crying too. Everybody would be fucking crying if Joker had any of us fucking hostage. And it's in that element. It's in the element of the Joker. It stayed in that element. It didn't go outside of that element. It didn't insinuate sexual assault or anything like that. It just made the Joker look like the bad guy he is. But people.
I mean, it kind of implied sexual assault, though.
I mean,
it kind of implies it.
How does it imply it? Because he's. I mean, she's not unclothed at all. It's not
no,
like
but it does kind of imply some sort of I mean, obvious struggle because she is like freaked out and crying, and I guess because of the background of her character, it implies it just because of like the knowledge people have of what happened and kind of the stance that they're in. It kind of implies it.
Yeah, but most of the people who asked for this cover to be pulled didn't even know they didn't even know who that was. They couldn't even tell you which Batgirl that was.
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people asked for it to be pulled, and
yeah, I mean, there's more so people like the people who started complaining about it were people who just saw the cover and really just had no idea what it was.
Imagine everyone who saw that post and then went to go look up what was so wrong with this cover, and then found that story of the Killing Joke.
What's wrong with that?
It's okay in this time where we have a lot of the whole feminist activist Gamergate crap that's going around right now. When media gets a hold of any woman, rather fictional or real, being stripped naked, paralyzed, not able to fight back, held against her will.
You know what I say to that? Society need to grow up.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Because like, how do you expect to put like realistic situations in stories now if shit's going to be censored? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to create this certain story arc where like I'm not gonna just keep putting this story arc in there, but under the circumstances, like this crazy guy gets hold of this chick, shit fucking happens, shit goes down. But it's totally in this guy's element. Like you can see that happening, and I want this to be somewhat true to this guy's nature. However, I'm only doing this because of it's this guy's element. I'm not going to just make every guy do this. It's just the way this story happens to unfold. Like, she gets her revenge. She comes back and does what she got to do. But at this moment, like, shit is just fucking bleak for him or her or whatever. And so now, like, stuff like that has to be censored. How can I make deep stories like that?
The cover does not have anything to do with the story whatsoever.
Yeah, that's my problem with it is
the cover.
If that cover doesn't have anything to do with what they're telling in the book and it's just thrown on there randomly, that's why I can see why DC pulled it.
It wasn't supposed to be random. It was supposed to be like, you know, this is Batgirl's new beginning, you know, but hey, let's remember what happened to her before type thing. If that cover was for the Killing Joke, probably would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But as seeing that it's a cover for the new Batgirl, which is supposed to be a lighthearted story where the Killing Joke never happened. And
yeah, that's also an issue.
When you look at it, it okay. Everybody can say, I'm pretty sure everybody here can agree that in the Killing Joke that was sexual assault.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what that was.
Psychological, yeah.
So that in turn adds baggage to the Batgirl character, and in that story arc where she was Oracle, she had to overcome that shit, right? So in this new story, that never happened. So it's like, you don't want to relate a new character arc where the story is lighthearted to something that like so horrible happened to her in the past. So you never kind of want to relate the two where Batgirl is getting like sexually assaulted and this is supposed to be a new story arc. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see that.
I mean, I don't see why they didn't just run with the same story. I don't know why they didn't make it a part of the New 52, but I understand it's dark and all that. But exactly what you described is what makes people read Batman.
True, but like,
I mean, you know, but that's beside the point because it's their comic and they do what they want to do.
The other thing is like, Oracle was paralyzed. All she's doing is giving information. She wasn't really doing too much. So like, people want to see Batgirl out there swinging on ropes and like fighting crime and shit.
Yeah, I understand all of that, but my question is this: I mean, you know, it would only add it to her character because it's the same thing. And let's say Batman had to go through and Bane broke his back. But anyway. Did they pull this cover after the comic book, let's say, was printed and on shelves?
No.
Because if they never printed it and it never made it out, then they can pull whatever the hell they want. It's not legally out yet. They can do, you know, whatever. It's not like it would make more. I would probably be more pissed off that they did it if, let's say, they put this out. Then later, once it was on shelves, people started to bitch. Then they went back and took it all off shelves, and then you're getting something that's, you know, I'd be more pissed then, you know, then. But now, if it's like, I mean, they didn't ship it, so
I ain't gonna lie.
If
they printed that shit and then they pulled it, and I bought a copy, I'd be one happy motherfucker. I'm like, yep, I got first edition, new cover art, $2,000 on eBay, bitch.
It was like, I just want to say this: Image wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Oh no, Image. If you look at Image Comics, look at what they already print anyway. So that kind of stuff to them is whatever. But again,
But yeah, I can see why DC pulled it. I mean, if feminist groups jumped on them, I mean, you look at any female superhero, like I was telling you a couple days ago, Jolly, any female superhero, they're already over sexualized and all this. They just didn't want the PR hit. So they were just like, you know what, here's our public apology, it is what it is, here's why, and let's just move on. They don't want people to look at none of the rest of the shit that they don't.
Well, you said that the cover was supposed to be an homage to what happened to her, like her original backstory.
yeah.
Well, if the artist wanted to do something like that for the new cover, I feel like he could have done it in a much more subtle kind of way, because that's a really strong piece of artwork.
Yeah.
And like a good piece of artwork tends to insult or offend some people. I mean, as a piece of art, I really like it and everything, but I can see why people would want it on a comic book cover, especially for one that's supposed to be lighthearted.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have anything to do with the new story. So if he wanted to kind of just reference what had happened to her, he could have done it in a much more subtle way, where she's kind of like, the cover is lighthearted, but then somehow just kind of reference like what had happened and how she kind of overcame it, maybe.
Like her beating the crap out of Joker or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more subtle. I don't know. Kind of just I don't know.
I see. I
like
think
a Joker card like ripped in half and she tossed it behind her or something. Like something really subtle and simple like that. You know.
That would have been.
Yeah,
good.
That is also a cover that you would see in like a compilation or like an art book rather than more so a cover. That's a really good picture. Mm-hmm. And that's something you would see like in a Joker, compilation of like, the greatest moments of him or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would never want to associate that with Batgirl. It would just have to be associated with the Joker.
Yeah.
It's like no woman wants to relive the whole, I got raped type thing.
I think that's why I really have no problem with this cover, because I'm focused more on Joker and how it's the Joker in his element. Now that it has nothing to do with like the backstory of, like, it's a little bit deep for what the backstory is. I can kind of see that, but when I first saw this, I took it as the Joker in his element, and that's why I was mad about it.
But it's the Batgirl point of view that everybody has a problem with.
Yeah, it's a Batgirl cover, so a lot of people wouldn't want to see her like that again.
Yeah, it's like, damn, like this is supposed to be a new story.
Yeah.
And, like, I gotta remember that shit.
Like, I would have no problem with it if it was part of like the story. That's my main whole thing. It was like, how you gonna have that cover, or even pay homage to it, and then have it be nothing related to what's going on in the actual book.
That's true.
Dude,
that makes no sense to me.
You talk about most comics
even
out
draw
there.
that?
Most comics and magazines do the same shit. It'll be like a picture of something, like, it would be so subtle, like just like one person that's in the comic, but just because they have it on the cover doesn't mean, like, you can have Wolverine versus like Cable or some shit. On the cover, they're duking it out. In the comic, nothing happens. They just maybe chat for like 5 minutes and then walk away.
Clickbait. It's clickbait.
Exactly, it's clickbait.
It's clickbait.
It's exactly what that is.
This is going to be the most read comic ever.
Yeah.
Because of this fucking cover art.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, if they'd have had that out there, people would have picked it up and bought it. Because they think it's going to be like a new rendition of like what happened to her or something like that. But come to read it, Joker ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? Batgirl is fucking teenage chick with fucking teenage problems and shit.
Yeah, because from what I remember, like, the new Batgirl is her, like, she still associates with Batman and company, but like she's rooming with like somebody that was next door with her. It's like they took her back to like college days.
Yeah.
And she does Batgirl on the side, so it's like it's not nowhere near as dark as it was a few years ago.
Over there taking selfies in the mirror and shit.
Yeah,
with a fucking
that
bat suit on.
Hashtag crime fighting.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of like Life is Strange. Like, you know how lighthearted that game was?
Oh yeah.
That's how the new Batgirl reminds me of.
Oh, wow.
It's that lighthearted at certain times. So it's like I can understand them being like, so why would the artist even draw something like this for that?
Artists do what artists want to do.
Exactly. Artists do what artists do.
Boom.
Let me turn this shit off. I got Simpsons tapped out, fucking interrupting the podcast.
God damn it!
Tisk tisk.
I know, right?
Even your tech problems.
You know, hashtag tech problems. That's gonna be a t-shirt. Anyway, we got if no one else has anything to say about that one.
I think we're good. I think we covered it.
Now, should we or should we not talk about the taking that off and then putting it over here? Just
Well, I don't know anything about that, so I have not been prepped for this topic, so I don't know.
you don't have to know. Like we barely know about it as well.
It functions. That's about it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So in South Africa, the first penis transplant happened, where during somebody's ritual snippage. What do you call that?
Circumcision?
There you go. Circumcision. They cut off a little bit too much. It was like, you know what? Oh, can't go back on that one.
That's not what happened on the YouTube video.
So,
Oh shit!
nice. So, years later, they did their first surgery where they, some guy, I guess, dead guy, has to be dead. They transplanted, gave this guy a penis, removed everything, like had
In
everything
its entirety.
had everything intact, and gave this guy a penis. So the doctor told him that in years maybe it will be a fully functional penis, maybe. The guy reported that 5 weeks later, he was able to have erections and he was able to have sex. Just 5 weeks
Was
later.
he able to knock the bottom out though? That's
I'm pretty sure if he did it, it would be extremely carefully. But yeah, everything worked, and I say people out there everywhere. I mean, can you imagine getting put on a list for a penis transplant?
No, because that would involve like a knife coming towards my junk, and that would never happen.
Hey, I'm just saying, there's people out there to be like, hey,
It's something you got to be ballsy for.
Yeah, but
That would be a pretty long list, I imagine.
Yeah,
guys just want like a bigger one, maybe.
Insert racist jokes here. I'm not doing any racist jokes on this one. But
what did we talk about before the podcast?
I'm just saying, I'm fine.
We are here to offend people.
That is
of all races and religions.
I guess that's true. Equal opportunity offenders.
I guess that's a part of white privilege that we don't get as black people.
Asian guys line up around the corner. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wow!
I'm just joking. I'm just fucking joking. There's gonna be some Asian guy in the comments like, man, fuck you. I got a fucking average guy. They say average is 5.5, whatever. Like,
It depends on where you come from. Average varies depending on where you come from. So I'm gonna just say that.
Oh,
You gonna get a pic sent to your Twitter. Watch. Some guy gonna look your name up, be like, Jolly Dangerous Twitter.
And gonna be like,
Is this
I'm
average?
gonna tell you, clap. Yeah, look at that shit. You can't even see all of that. I need a fucking HD wide angle fucking lens for this dick. Anyway.
Now those are the only guys who I would see would do that. What do they call that? Micro penis, whatever, where like people shit is like this big. They would, I could see like if you could somehow take a regular size penis and give it to them without it having, any medical F-ups or anything like that. I can see doing it. So this would be good for them.
But it would have to come from all dead guys, because I don't think anyone's just going to be like, oh, yeah, you can take it.
Take the dick, sir.
Unless they're like transgender and kind of want
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
That's
that's
like
true.
it.
Those people who don't want it, and then maybe they can get paid to, donate their junk.
I am having my surgery. Might as well give it to the needy. Yeah.
There you go. Just donate it.
Man.
Give it to the needy.
Imagine putting that on your taxes.
You know.
Exempt one penis.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
Taxes.
All right.
That's like a recycling rebate or some shit. I don't know. I can just
Give up the penis this year.
Just picturing people with like different colored dicks, just straight up different pics. Like, oh, from your picture, I thought you was black. I didn't know.
It would look like dogs. You know how some dogs have like white skin hair and then black skin? That's what it would be like. It would be like all white but with like a circle. And like where the penis would be, that would be all black guy.
Oh,
It'd be kind of funny to read that shit. It's like previously Mark Mirandez, currently Miranda Mirandez, exhibit penis, sex change done.
Or better yet, what if somebody has like a pelvic tattoo of like somebody's name, like Mark was here? So now you got their penis, and then they're gonna be like, "Yo, who the fuck is Mark?"
I feel like people would do that shit. It's like, I'm giving up my dick this year, so I want to get a food.
Yeah, because you know how some people like have like people's names written down their penis.
You can leave it to somebody in your will. You get my bank account. You get my my penis. Yes.
And look at it like this: with great penis comes great responsibility. If somebody in your family was born and let's say they had like a 15-inch penis, hey.
Hey, everybody wait.
Family heirloom. You know
I can't wait for dad to die, man. I'm gonna get that
first
shit.
man in the family, just pass it down. You know? It'll be like call it. You can call it the Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Just pass it down.
Pass it down, generation on generation.
Oh god.
Like, yeah, man. This is my great granddaddy's penis right here, man. It may got a few wrinkles and a lot of knowledge on it, but it's okay. It's good though.
Gross. That'd be kind of gross.
That would be, because you technically have the same penis that was in your mom at that point.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
It's like
true.
It's used. It's used.
It is
that
used.
is nasty.
It's almost like using a used condom.
Hey, but you can check this out. So you can have the whole threesome without actually having two guys.
Technically.
Can't be jealous because the other guy in here is just.
This is getting out of fucking control, real quick.
Hey, you the one that started this.
Yeah, you did. You was like, we gotta offend people, and I was like, uncasual podcast, like whatever. And then we got Lauri here, so she had to put her in her 2 cents and shit, averages and stuff, doing maths. Anyway, let's go on to our last topic. Last topic is Burger King Whopper Day in Japan. They are going to be selling fire-grilled perfume. It's not like perfume that was made on a grill. It's like some kind of Burger King scent. Perfume. Yeah, some kind of scent.
It's perfume with a scent of Burger King.
They're not saying that it's Burger King scented, but they're just saying it's like BK Burger King labeled perfume.
It's a sponsored perfume by Burger King. So
hopefully that's what it is, because, I mean...
If it smells like burgers, that's
not
going
to smell like hot grease.
That shit is going to smell like a flame-broiled Whopper.
No one actually wants to smell like that, though.
No,
so.
that is true.
This is in Japan, man. They don't give a fuck. Like, come on.
Tell me, is that the Whopper? Man.
The Whopper?
That is nice right there, man. I love that smell.
Whopper de toilette.
That's the smell that you get after you eat Burger King and go to the bathroom. That's
true.
So,
true.
It's perfume, so that it must be labeled towards women. So, guys, especially big guys, they're gonna be like, "Damn, girl, I want a burger right now, but I'm looking at you like shit."
Can you imagine walking through the street till you get this? Damn, girl, you smell delicious.
You smell delicious.
Smell delicious, girl.
I can just eat you up.
I can eat you all up, girl.
You come with a side of fries. Big dude be like, "That's all right. I got some right here." Talking about.
I look at it like this. I mean, over in Japan, I can even reference our older podcast when we was talking about this. Don't they have issues meeting other people anyway?
Yeah.
True.
So they need every advantage they get.
That's true. And it is true.
I don't want to smell like burgers, and I don't want to date anyone who smells like burgers.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
People over there probably forgot what people smell like anyway. Shit. Burgers, fries, don't matter.
Just clean.
They pretty much created a term for people who just stay indoors over there.
What is that term?
I forget. One of my friends currently calls herself that, but I forget what it's called. I can look it up real quick.
I'm borderline that right now. Sounded kind of pathetic. Anyway,
introverted or a hermit.
There
perhaps?
you go. Introverted. I'm gonna say that I'm introverted. That's an actual psychological term.
It is.
Yeah,
It's a thing. It's a personality type.
it is. It is.
Yes, it is.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not that. What is that? What is that one that
Extroverted.
it's combined? Like you can make yourself whatever the
I don't
other
remember.
person is.
I don't remember.
I know that for a fact because we had to do that shit back at Westwood. You remember that, Ryzoe?
What?
Back in college, we had to do that psychology class where you had to learn your character type.
Oh yeah. There's 4 different character fields, and we were both introverted, and like the whole introverted group was just a bunch of people who weren't talking.
Like we were all friends, right? But we would never talk to each other. We just
Yeah.
would.
Like we had a bunch of small talking.
Yeah.
It was funny because you had like your aggressive introverts who were talking, your like passive introverts, which was us, and we were just kind of like, yo. And then you had your like aggressive extroverts that were, I think, I forget the chick, the Hispanic chick that was in the wrong group for a second, she was like, what? Why aren't you guys talking? What's going on? I need ideas. We were like, we think you are in the wrong group.
Yeah.
There's no way you're one of us.
There's
pretty
no
much
talking
came out-
over here.
Exactly. It pretty much came out, just tried to take over. Like, bitch, we're quietly writing our shit down and passing it along. You know, we gotta say much.
I look at it like this. I know I can't be the only one who hates that one day in school where they'd be like, all right, well, we're going to stand up and introduce ourselves and say a little about ourselves. I always hate that shit.
Yeah, I was always. Wait, I gotta bleep that out because I don't want nobody to know my name. Jolly Dangerous saxophone fishing pets, and I just sit my ass down. That's it.
See, my introduction was, Ryzoe, I saved a flock of penguins, and I would just sit the fuck down.
I saved it.
That's it. That laugh would get her enough to leave me a fuck alone for the rest of the day.
Man, I'd have been that person like, how?
Elaborate.
Then you get that mean look like, fuck you.
I still be that dude like, hold on.
How dare you?
Were they flying? How did you get there? You bought a ticket? Went to Antarctica? Anyway, so in saying that, the question is, what weird scent would you want them to make into a perfume? Ryzoe. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You waving your hand. I should have said Denonu because that's what the teacher does.
Yeah.
It's always the person that has a hand up that they don't call on.
This is gonna win. Cereal flavored milk. Boom. That would totally be a perfume.
What?
Who smells their?
How's that a perfume?
No, time out. Have you ever tasted cereal flavored
But why
milk?
cereal milk?
but
Why
how
not
does
just
it doesn't
cereal
smell?
perfume?
It tastes good. If you
But
can,
it doesn't
if you
But you're
smell
not gonna
though.
eat the
can get the smell, the smell like the taste, win.
If you can get the smell
Win.
to smell like the taste,
Yes.
sir.
So you just want something that smells like cereal. You don't make
Cereal milk.
No,
Does
he's
that smell differently than cereal?
Yes. Have you not had like a bowl of Fruit Loops and then like drink the milk after the Fruit Loops?
No, that's a taste though. We're talking about smells. How are you supposed to make a taste into a perfume?
I want that smell.
don't let her get black up in here, dog. She will jump through the damn camera.
If I could go everywhere and smell like cereal flavored milk, I'd be happy for the rest of my life.
I'm sorry, but maybe my nose is just not that sensitive. I cannot smell my fucking milk. It smells like milk.
You see, you don't really smell it. That's the issue.
Do you sniff it?
No. It's just.
We
You
won't
got-
judge, trust me.
You gotta get kind of close to smell it, but yeah.
So you
It's
do.
a win in my
So
fucking.
they had
I'm not gonna say I haven't done it before. I just don't do it anymore.
Your nose works differently than everybody else's. Just like
So
you know.
you're just saying if they had a perfume that existed that smelt like what you would imagine the cereal flavored milk would smell like, that's what you want.
Genius. Yep. That
So
is
there
it.
could be one that exists already. You just haven't found it.
Technically, there is, but it's a vapor. Like one of my friends had it, like cereal milk is what it's called, and it smells like cereal milk, and that's the scent I would love to wear, but it's still just a vapor.
Okay. Did not know you got one.
I am extremely feminine when it comes to the things I like to smell. I don't know, anything that's sweet smelling or I don't know,
Anything
daytime
weird?
breeze or something. I don't know. I'm not picky.
Cherry blossoms, which already exists.
Damn.
It
Cherry
already
blossoms.
exists.
Well, basically, we all know that Denonu shops at Victoria's Secret for his perfume. So
Hey,
Bath and Body Works. There you go.
hey, they got like the peppermint soap. It's the shit. Love it.
I actually used to use a bunch of cherry blossom shit from Bed Bath or one of the places.
Body Works.
Yeah, Bath and Body Works. I used to get like the whole package and use that shit like a couple of years ago, and then I just couldn't afford it anymore.
Lauri, what you got?
Well, I like vanilla and sweet pea fragrances, but something weird that I like the smell of that I don't think if it was actually made into a perfume I would wear it, but one smell that I really like is bread.
Bread?
I love this. Yes, I love the smell of bread. So if they made that into a perfume, I would be like, okay, let me see how that is. And then if it smelled like bread, I would like if I actually made
Like a bakery
that
scent?
into like
baking bread. That's what you mean.
Well, like just sliced bread, like in the grocery store. Like I just like this,
Oh, damn.
any bread. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if they made that into maybe like an air freshener, I would like spray my room so my room would just smell like bread. But
what about perfume?
as far as me smelling like bread, I don't really want to smell like bread. But if they, like I said, if they made it into a perfume, I would like get a sample and see how it is.
Mine is not so weird as in they could do this, but no one has yet. I want like a funky Hawaiian like flower scent. So you know how like they have musk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like musk perfume,
Mm-hmm.
and it has that really strong like. It's not funky, but it's like a musky smell. You know what I mean? Like you can put that with maybe a sweet smelling like flower. You know how they have those Hawaiian like hibiscus, like roses and shit.
Oh, hibiscus is delicious. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
He's like, I don't care.
I'm talking about like the flowers, man. I don't.
Yeah, they actually have.
I know they
have
make
a
tea.
hibiscus. Yeah, they also have margaritas now. They have advanced like hibiscus shit way beyond what it used to.
Shit. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like the flowers. If you can if you can mix musk with flowers, I'd be good. I would probably wear it. I want my girl to wear it. It'd be nice.
I agree.
Smell dainty and strong at the same time.
As long as you don't have people
Those sound like
smelling you before you walk in the room, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, it's coming.
Fuck you, man.
but smelling strong and dainty seem like they're two opposing ideas.
Yeah.
Too conflicting, so that sounds like it'd be challenging to do.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Because you can't have too much of one. It's gonna be like, man, who was that funky smelling motherfucker over there who tried to cover that shit with perfume?
There you go. Like a good balance, maybe that would work. I don't know.
Yeah. But that brings our podcast to the close. If you have any ideas of what kind of perfume or cologne you think they should make, let us know in the comments. And if you have any other topics that you would like us to talk about, let us know that too. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous.
Denonu?
I'm good. You're exiting enough for the both of us.
All right.
Who, me?
Yeah, he's just shimmying, man. He's doing that Charlie Murphy, dog. He ready to...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Too.
Take that.
Ryzoe, like, okay, I'm out.
Back.
Yeah, that was my shimmy is my outro.
Okay, cool, Lauri.
My outro is just, can't be back.
All right, bye, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Damn, he's going crazy over there.
I can't see myself, so I don't. That's great.
I've had this fucking nose hair in my nose the longest time, and I'm like, dude.
You had a nose hair in your nose?
Yeah, I've been not wanting to do like that the whole time.